In this presentation, I'm going to outline a 5-step plan you can use to get more traffic from your search engines. This is big news for any blogger or website owner wanting to grow their business, seeing as search engines are the primary source of traffic for most of us online. Ready? Let's go. 1. Make a plan. I'm not being facetious. The simple fact that you are making any kind of plan for your business means that you are immediately ahead of the curve in a big way. That's because a lot of people approach SEO and content marketing in general with zero plan. They simply start putting out content randomly and hope that they'll get a big hit at some point or slowly gain traction. Neither of these things happens without a strategy. The biggest brands on the web have an SEO strategy, and so too should you. 2. Research. The start of this plan is to research. That means researching the competition. What are they doing well? What are they doing badly? What keywords have worked for them and which ones have they missed out? Researching your target audience. What terms are they likely to use? What do they want to read? What are they likely to share? Researching the industry. What terms are common in the industry? What needs are being met and what gaps are there in the audience? With this information, you now have a useful reference that you can use to target the specific people who will be most interested in your content, and you will know gaps in the market that you can attack. 3. Find potential guest posting opportunities. During this research, you should also find potential guest posting opportunities, partners, and others that you can work with. A cross post or guest post is a fantastic way to reach the right audience and gain instant traffic, but it also gives you high-quality inbound links that will increase your status in Google's eyes. 4. Assess your resources honestly. What are your resources? In particular, time and manpower. How many blog posts can you afford to write per day? How many emails can you send to potential blog owners for a guest post? The more time you can invest in these activities, the greater success you will have. But you also need to be realistic and ensure that your plan is sustainable for the long term. 5. Identify keywords and write. Finally, you're going to research keywords that will work for you based on your previous market research, and you're going to come up with a content plan to cover each of these over a set time period. But here's the most important tip. Don't just attack the most popular keywords and phrases. Instead, use the slightly less common and popular terms, perhaps some long-tail terms too, in order to build momentum and traction. Local keywords are also great for this. In a similar manner, you'll also approach smaller blogs for guest posts to begin with, until you start making a name for yourself. By taking this slow approach and growing your status, you will find that you can build up momentum that carries you far into the future. 10 website tweaks you should make if you want more traffic. If you want to bring more traffic to your website, then you need to think about the way you're handling traffic that is already there. This might seem counterintuitive, but it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Not only does this approach mean that the traffic you bring in will be more likely to want to come back, but it also means that Google will promote your site more to other visitors. That means you need to think about the design of your website. In this presentation, we're going to look at 10 tweaks you can make that will bring you more traffic over time. Compress large images. Large images can be a great addition to your website, but if they're causing it to load slowly, then you need to have a rethink. This can hurt your page load times badly, which will not only turn away visitors, but also anger Google. Have a strong brand and great logo. Branding is everything when it comes to online success. If you don't believe me, think of all the sites that you visit on a regular basis and how they handle their branding. A great logo will encourage people to look for your content again. A strong brand shows Google you're serious about your business and not just a spam artist. Have a mobile-friendly interface. Mobile friendliness is not just aesthetic, it means your interface should be finger-friendly. Get to the point. No jargon. If your homepage is full of jargon that only mystifies your audience about what you do, then you need a drastic rethink. Fix broken links and pages. This looks unprofessional and it hurts your SEO. Link internally. Linking to pages within your site helps Google to index, and it also keeps people reading your stuff longer. This sends very strong metrics. Link out. Linking out to other relevant sites is a great way to provide more value to your readers and to create an association with high-quality content. Use strong imagery. Strong images can make a big impact on a visitor's first impression. It's very much worth spending a little money to access high-quality stock images, as it will make your posts far more emotionally resonant while also looking much more professional. Add social sharing buttons. Social sharing buttons provide a way for your visitors to share content they enjoy with their social network, even if they didn't stumble on it through your Facebook page or Twitter account. While you're at it, add links to all of your social media on your site. That way your site will boost your social media and vice versa. Try to get into the rich snippets. Use schema markups in order to help Google spiders identify what content on your pages is about. This will hopefully result in rich snippets. Listings in the URL that also include a picture and some description of what your page is offering. 20 Instagram post ideas to boost your engagement. What makes a great Instagram post? This partly comes down to sharing images that look great and will be eye-catching. But it's also about sharing things that will make the viewer think or get them to comment. This kind of content is amazing because it increases engagement, which ultimately leads to more shares, more sales, and better growth. But how do you keep coming up with new, exciting things that will get people talking? How do you keep being inventive? Here are 20 ideas for posts that will have the desired impact. You can watch this presentation anytime you're stuck for ideas. 1. Behind the scenes. People like social media because it lets them get a peek behind the curtain. Why not share something about your creative process or your business? 2. Caption contest. A fun way to get people commenting that can have hilarious results. 3. Sharing personal preferences. Again, people want to get to know you. Don't be afraid to occasionally post something that reveals who you are, like your favorite music you happen to be listening to. 4. Vote or poll. Find a divisive opinion in your niche and get people to discuss it. 5. Inspirational quote. It's classic, but easy to put together and very impactful. 6. Throwback Thursday. Stuck for ideas? Share something older. That could be an old post or even a retro image of you or your business. 7. Reshares. This engages the community while preventing you from needing to create something new yourself. 8. Memes. These are easy to create and have potential to be very shareable. It's great to show your sense of humor this way too. 9. Challenge. People love challenges on social media, and this works particularly well for certain niches, like fitness. 10. Life hacks. A quick visual tip always goes down a treat. The more creative and useful, the better. 11. Creative post. Sometimes it's good to just pull out the stops and show what you're capable of. 12. Tease. Tease a new product, project, or something else. 13. Product recommendation. If you use a product regularly, share it with your audience. They'll enjoy a genuine, non-sponsored recommendation, and it can also encourage sponsors to get in touch. 14. Infographic. Display interesting information in a beautiful way. 15. Stock image. If you're stuck for ideas, find an image you like that is free to use on a stock imagery site. 16. Recipe or instructions. Any step-by-step guide can provide a whole ton of value. Your audience will thank you. 17. Lists. Likewise, a top 10 list can be a very fun and useful type of content. 18. Book suggestions. This is an easy one to put together that potentially invites a lot of discussion and provides a ton of value. 19. The minimal post. A black screen with white text or a similar minimal design can be amazing for drawing people in. 20. Lifestyle images. Remember that the key to success on Instagram is the value proposition. Live the story that you are trying to sell. How to research highly searched keywords for your next blog post. I once heard that you could give away free gold and still not be successful if you weren't able to get word out about what you were doing. This is something that a lot of blog owners and even big businesses seem not to understand when it comes to SEO. Okay, let's put it another way. If you are a huge influencer, followed by millions of people who hang off your every word, then there's nothing to stop you from posting about whatever you like. You can share opinions as they come to you, and you'll get an audience. But if you're like most people and you struggle to find an audience for your content, then you need SEO. SEO, or search engine optimization, is the process of refining what you're writing in order to gain the maximum traction on Google. More specifically, it means identifying terms, called keywords, that people search for regularly. This means that you can get your article to turn up in search results, which in turn provides a way for the right people to find it. If you don't do any SEO and you don't have a massively engaged social media following, then there is almost no point in writing the article because no one can read it. And even if you can get a big audience from your social media sharing initially, it's SEO that will give your post evergreen potential. That means people will keep finding it for years to come, and you'll keep making money from it. But enough beating around the bush. How do you go about researching the keywords and terms that people will search for? The first tip is to find the right tool. A great example is keywordtool.io, which is extremely powerful and has a comprehensive suite of features that also help you to succeed on platforms like YouTube. Keywordtool.io is just one example of a premium keyword tool. It is not cheap and may be outside the budget of many smaller entrepreneurs. To that end, you can make do with Google's keyword tool. This is a free option, though it is significantly less powerful and hides a lot of data from the user. Either way, you'll type a keyword that is relevant to the topic of your post into one of these tools, and you'll then be presented with a number of potential phrases that generates a lot of traffic. You should then pick one of these and perhaps 2 or 3 related terms. But there are a couple of things to consider. Firstly, is this term relevant to what you're writing about? Most importantly, does it have the right intent? And does it appeal to your target audience? Intent is an extremely important and often misunderstood concept in SEO. This means considering why someone is using the phrase and what you can discern about the type of person who does. Are they looking to buy something? Do they want quick information or a longer deep dive? Does your post deliver? You should also think about the potential geographical implications of that phrase. Are they based locally? Finally, Think about how much competition is surrounding the key phrase and whether you are likely to be able to stand out in a crowded market. Starting with less popular terms, then gradually going for more and more in-demand phrases is a good strategy. There are many more aspects to researching the best keywords for your posts, but hopefully this presentation has set you off to the best start. Happy hunting!